Alaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and I'm from Rehan School, Korangi campus. For today's review, I watched the TEDx called The Power of Believing That You Can Improve by Carol Dweck. And this one is built around a single word, one that most of us overlook completely, the word yet. Dweck is a psychology professor at Stanford who has spent decades researching why some people push through difficulty while others give up. And her starting point is a story about a school in Chicago. Students who didn't pass a course didn't receive a failing grade. They received the grade not yet. And Dweck found that fascinating because if you get a failing grade, you think, I'm nothing, I'm nowhere. But if you get not yet, you understand that you're on a learning curve. It gives you a path into the future. That small shift in language is what the whole talk is built on. And to show why it matters, she describes an experiment she ran with 10-year-olds. She gave them problems that were slightly too hard to solve and watched how they responded. Some reacted in a shocking positive way. They said things like, I love a challenge, or I was hoping this would be informative. They understand that their abilities could be developed. They had what she calls a growth mindset. But other students felt it was tragic, catastrophic. From their fixed mindset perspective, their intelligence had been put up for judgment, and they had failed. Instead of living in the power of yet, they were trapped in what she calls the tyranny of now. And the consequences of that are serious. Students with a fixed mindset, when faced with failure, tend to focus on whether they were right or wrong, not on learning. They were drawn to easier tasks to protect their sense of intelligence rather than talking on challenges that would help them grow eventually. But a growth mindset can be taught. Dweck describes classrooms where educators built a culture around yet rewarding effort, strategy, and progress rather than just correct answers. The results were dramatic. A kindergarten class in Harlem scored in the 95th percentile on the National Achievement Test. The fourth grade students in the South Bronx became the number one fourth grade in the state of New York of the state math test. These weren't gifted programs, they were ordinary classrooms with a different belief system at their core. What I personally found most valuable about this talk is how practical it is without losing its depth. Dweck isn't just saying believe in yourself, she's showing with real data that the way we think about our own abilities directly shapes what we're able to achieve. The part that stayed with me the most is the distinction between and talent, praising talent and praising effort. She argues that when we tell students they're smart, we're actually setting them up to avoid challenges because failure then becomes a threat to their identity. But when we reward the process, the effort, the strategy, and the persistence, we're building something that can actually grow. That reframes how I think about struggling with something. It's not a sign that you can do it, it's a sign that you're not there yet. Overall, this is one of the most quietly powerful talks I've reviewed in the series. It's short, it's clear, and it challenges something most of us absorbed very early in life. The idea that ability is fixed, that you either have it or you don't. If I had to summarize it in one line, it would be the belief that you can improve isn't just motivational, it's the foundation that makes actual improvement possible. At the end, I'd recommend this to any student, teacher, or parent who has ever written someone off, including themselves, as simply not being good enough at something. That was my review of The Power of Believing That You Can Improve by Carol Dweck. Thank you, everyone, and Allah Hafiz.